About a year ago, I made a video called It's Time for Mario Kart 9 to Happen. It was the first video I made expressing why I want to see Mario Kart 9 so much, and why I think it's about time for it. I also said it would probably launch this year, but considering the announcement of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I think we have a pretty good understanding of what's next for Nintendo's 2020 lineup. But the question is Mario Kart 9 still part of it? Join me in this video to find out what I think the answer to that question is, and when I think it will release. Let's get this out of the way. 2020 was a year nobody ever could have predicted, and it's clear Nintendo has been hit hard. From their slow trickle of games this year to pretty much non-existent PR, this has to be, if not the roughest year to be a Nintendo fan. A year comparable to 2020 would be 2016. That year consisted of waiting for the NX reveal, barely any games for the Wii U, and when there were games they were either bad, mediocre, or polarizing. I'd go into detail, but saying the best game on the Wii U in 2016 was Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games says it all. But the thing that sets 2016 and 2020 apart, other than 2016 just being a bad year for Nintendo but good year overall while 2020 was just god-awful in general, is that 2016 at least had a little bit of stuff to look forward to for the near-seeable future. Not much, but there were some things. 2016 gave us Kirby Planet Robobot, which is the best Kirby game ever, and we also got Pokemon Sun and Moon, which I found to be pretty good, and it changed up the Pokemon formula a little bit. I find them very underrated. And of course, there was the NX hype. Nintendo also had a 3DS Direct announcing more games for the system, so to say the least, there was still some transparency. And that's really all we're asking for. We're not saying Nintendo has to finish games by a certain date and put developers at risk. We're just saying a bit of transparency would be considerate. The shadow drops on Twitter aren't what I mean either, but they do send a message, and that's the fact that Nintendo really doesn't have many titles for 2020. This has been their lineup. We got Animal Crossing, which is huge, no denying that. Then we had Paper Mario the Origami King, which is a little bit polarizing to say the least. And really, that's about it for new games. The rest have been remakes and ports of great games, mind you, but they're not new games. And then you got Clubhouse Games, which is a nice casual game to have, but not really a big title. That's really it. Pikmin 3 comes out October 30th. So assuming that that's Nintendo's only game from today until October 30th, what does that say for the rest of the year? The first thing it says is obvious. Nintendo got hit hard by the current world situation. And regardless of what they say to investors, there's no way games didn't get delayed internally. We might not know that games got delayed because they were never announced to the public, but I guarantee you that games were planned for this year and were in fact delayed. So what I think is in store for the rest of the year, and when do I think Mario Kart 9 will release? I've touched on this quite a bit, but considering we now have a release date for Pikmin 3 Deluxe and a rather late one at that, I'm fairly certain we won't be seeing much for the rest of the year. So don't expect anything major to release between Pikmin 3 Deluxe and now. But since we still have 2 months of the year left after Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I do have some predictions for what the rest of 2020 will include. I think Super Mario 3D World Deluxe and the 3D Mario remakes are all but confirmed. Assuming 2020 would just be like any other year, here's what I think would have happened. I think we would have gotten the current lineup we have now around the same time, Pikmin 3 Deluxe in August, the 3D Mario remakes in September to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros., Super Mario 3D World Deluxe and a possible new 2D Metroid in October, and Mario Kart 9 as a big Christmas title in November. I mean, let's think about it. Nintendo released Mario Kart Tour last year, they had plans to open the Mario Kart ride in Super Nintendo World this year, so I'm sure they were gearing up hype for the next Mario Kart. And Mario Kart is the only major Nintendo series that hasn't seen a new entry on the Switch besides Donkey Kong and 2D Mario. Mario Kart is absolutely massive and has the most mass appeal out of any game series, and I truly believe it would have been the Christmas title this year had 2020 been normal. But because of the current circumstances, here's what I predict the rest of Nintendo's 2020 to look like. Of course we have Pikmin 3 Deluxe in October. That's a given. Then in November we probably would get those 3D Mario remakes as a Christmas title, and possibly Super Mario 3D World Deluxe in December or January of next year. So essentially, I think Mario Kart 9 will be delayed to next spring or summer, most likely spring, and that 2D Metroid could also be delayed, or possibly could launch this year. I'm not really sure about that. It's clear this is going to be a very weak year for Nintendo fans, and there's not too much to look forward to as of now. But I'm confident that at the very least we'll be seeing those 3D Mario remakes because 2020 is the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros., and they're remakes of games so development won't take as long. But for Mario Kart 9, I can guarantee it'll be a much larger game. Mario Kart is Nintendo's biggest series, and it wouldn't be wise to release it in an unfinished state. That's why I think it'll be delayed, and in the end, It all makes sense. To sum everything up, I firmly believe we were going to get Mario Kart 9 this Christmas season, but considering how Nintendo has been impacted by the current events, the release of Pikmin 3 Deluxe being late, and the fact that there's not much time left in 2020 to announce a game of that scale, I believe we will get into the spring or summer of next year. We might see a trailer or something this year, but don't count on it. I noticed Nintendo has announced their games around 2 months in advance, and unless a direct happens, I can't see a game as big as Mario Kart 9 being shadow dropped. But I'll be happy to be proven wrong. Come on, Nintendo, Twitter's waiting for you. So there you have it. This is why I think Mario Kart 9 will be delayed until next year. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments and keep calm and da-da on.